Everything is a vessel. Your name is a vibration. They called you something, a arrangement of syllables, a shape made with lips and tongue. This was the first spell cast upon you. Your name is not a label. It is a tuning fork struck against the world, setting the walls of your particular vessel ringing at a specific pitch. Every time it is spoken, it remakes you. A name shouted in anger reinforces the vessel with brittle defensive layers. A name whispered in love makes the container thin and expansive, capable of holding more. We spend our lives responding to this fundamental note, building ourselves around its resonance, seeking harmonies in the voices of others, flinching from dissonance. To change your name is not an act of paperwork, but of acoustic engineering. You are dismantling one resonant chamber and building another, hoping the new one you can hold a sound closer to the song you feel inside. Binary codex from a biological god. Open the vessel of the self. Inside, you do not find a soul, but a text. The ink is a dark, mineral-rich fluid. The pages are membranes. The language is a double helix, a ladder of instruction spiraling into the dark. This is the binary codex, a scripture written by a blind biological god. It dictates the color of your eyes, the tendency of your blood to thicken, the sudden unbidden fear of heights. It is a base, ancient programming, full of elegant solutions to obsolete problems. We are the living, breathing libraries of this relentless, wordless text, our every cell a monk devoted to its transcription. Atmospheric pressure of a shared dream. Sleep is not a private act. When we dream, the walls of our individual vessels become thin, porous. We drift into a shared weather system. This is the collective dreamscape, a place with its own climate. Tonight the pressure is low and heavy. You feel the weight of a million forgotten anxieties, the moist heat of a universal desire. You wake with a feeling you cannot name, the residue of a storm that passed over a continent of sleeping minds. Your own dream of falling was just a local event in a much larger front of terror and release. First word was a color. Before language defined, it was, and the first thing to be was not a noun, but a shade, a saturation, a quality of light. The first word was a deep, impossible blue, the blue of a sky before the concept of sky. It was a sound that felt like yellow, a taste that was green. We have spent millennia trying to translate that original, synthetic utterance into our clumsy dictionaries. Every poem, every song, every prayer is an attempt to get back to that pre-linguistic truth, where meaning was not described, but poured directly into the senses. Plastic angel, surgical steel wings. Behold, a new vessel for the divine, the plastic angel. It descends not from a cloud, but from a clean room, assembled under ultraviolet light. Its wings are not feathery appendages, but precise articulated structures of surgical steel. Its halo is a focused ring of LED light. It sings a perfect auto-tuned benediction. It is sterile, beautiful, and utterly without mercy. It offers salvation through design, a grace that can be manufactured and sold. We look up at the synthetic savior and feel a worship that is indistinguishable from desire for the product itself. A symphony of lubricated joints. Listen to the city. Beneath the noise, there is music. The hiss of the hydraulic door, the smooth roll of a train on its track, the effortless glide of an elevator ascending. This is the symphony of lubricated joints. It is a composition of perfect, frictionless motion. The human bodies within the city are merely minor instruments in this orchestra. The squeak of a shoe, the rustle of fabric, the true melody is in the machine's effortless movement. A song of things working exactly as intended, a cold, beautiful efficiency that needs no breath. Adoration in high definition. This love is sharp. It is defined by a million pixels. You adore the perfect porelessness of a screen, the exact shade of a virtual sunset, the flawless texture of a digitally rendered face. This is adoration in high definition. It is a love without the soft, blurry edges of compromise. It is a desire for a resolution higher than reality can provide. You offer your devotion to an image that will never age, never contradict you, never be anything less than perfectly, brilliantly clear. It is the worship of the definite, a prayer offered to the absolute clarity of a lie. Marketplace of warmth. We are lonely vessels, and we have made an economy of our emptiness. This is the marketplace of warmth. Here you can barter for connection. A compliment is a coin. A touch is a transaction. Intimacy is a limited time offer. We walk the aisles comparing prices, looking for the best deal on affection. We try on personalities, see how they fit, and put them back on the rack. Everyone is both a merchant and a customer selling a warmth they do not quite feel in order to purchase a little from someone else. Liquid diamond desire. You want, but this want is not a simple thing. It is a substance, both precious and destructive. Liquid diamond desire. It is a pressure that turns common carbon into something unbreakable and brilliant. It flows through you, cutting its own channels, reshaping your interior. It is the hardest substance known to the soul, and it is utterly fluid. To want something this purely is to be carved from the inside out, to be made into a vessel specifically designed to hold this one impossible thing. A tender autopsy. To understand the vessel, we must sometimes take it apart. This is a tender autopsy. It is not performed with scorn, but with a devastating care. We lay the relationship on the table. We make precise incisions along the seams of old jokes and shared memories. We remove the heart and weigh it, not to judge, but to know. We examine the slow toxic buildup of unspoken resentments in the arteries. We do not seek a culprit, only a cause of death. It is a loving, meticulous dissection of what was in order to learn how to build a better container next time. Sacred engine, profane fuel. You are a machine of wonder, a sacred engine capable of poetry, empathy, and awe. But you run on the most profane fuel: jealousy, vanity, fear, the need for approval, the bitter oil of past injuries. We burn these base things in our bellies to produce the light that guides us. We are divine mechanisms powered by the messy, chaotic, and often ugly energy of being an animal that knows it will die. The miracle is not the engine, but the conversion, that we can transmute pettiness into prayer. A forest of wires and tendons. The world is no longer just wood and leaf. It is a forest of wires and tendons. Steel-reinforced concrete trees rise into a canopy of transmission lines. Beneath the streets, a root system of fiber optic cables tangles with old water pipes. Our own bodies are part of this ecosystem. The tendons in our wrists aching from repetitive motion, the copper-colored threads of our nerves firing in sympathy with the signals passing through the air. The natural and the manufactured have grown together into a single, tangled, living structure. Quantum biology for beginners. A lesson. The vessel is not separate from what it contains. The observer is the observation. Your hope for a sunny day subtly rearranges the probability of clouds. Your conviction that you are sick can manifest the symptoms. This is quantum biology for beginners. At the most fundamental level, the thought of a thing begins its construction. The world is not a fixed stage, but a liquid possibility that coalesces around the attention of the vessels within it. What you are looking for is also looking at you. Taste of time is metallic. Open your mouth. Let the moments dissolve on your tongue. The taste of time is metallic. It is the sharp, coppery flavor of blood from a bitten cheek, the tinny tang of fear, the cool iron wash of a memory that should have rusted away, but it hasn't. It is the taste of the scaffold that holds up the seconds, the flavor of the engine that drives the sun across the sky. It is the taste of something essential and cold. The mineral core of existence itself. A joyful submersion in the shallow end. Enough depth, enough struggle. Here in the shallow end the water is warm and the bottom is clearly visible. This is a joyful submersion. It is a celebration of surfaces, the sparkle of the water, the bright simple colors of the pool toys, the easy laughter that requires no dark hidden meaning. It is a choice to be buoyant, to let the weight of significance drop away. It is not an escape, but a different way of floating. To be profound is a kind of drowning. Here we choose to swim. The siren song of a better you. It calls to you from the magazine, from the screen, from the whisper of your own inadequacy, the siren song of a better you. It promises a more streamlined vessel, a more polished surface, a more efficient engine. It sings of optimization, of potential, of a version of yourself that is always just out of reach, a destination with no rival. To listen is to be shipwrecked on the shores of your own present imperfect self, forever comparing your reality to a phantom. Consuming the divine. We are hungry vessels, and we have chosen our sacrament. We consume the divine. We eat the body of the celebrity. We drink the blood of the brand. We ingest the image, the logo, the lifestyle, hoping its holiness will fill us. We tear the wings off the plastic angel and swallow them, hoping to fly. We believe that through possession of the product, we can acquire the properties of the God it represents. It is a communion of the marketplace, a desperate Eucharist for a secular age. A rite of compliant smiles. Walk through the office, the mall, the subway, see the faces. This is a rite of compliant smiles. It is an uprising of agreement, a rebellion of pleasantness. Each smile is a peaceful, perfect protest against the chaos of genuine feeling. We have weaponized approval. We have made kindness into a tactic. The teeth are bright, the eyes are calm, and the revolution is that nothing ever changes. It is the most effective insurgency ever waged, the war to keep everything exactly as it is. Tearing of a silk sky. Then a rupture, a sound of something soft and strong being ripped apart. This is the tearing of a silk sky. It is the carefully maintained facade of normalcy giving way. It is the smile that cracks. It is the polite conversation that breaks into a scream. It is the beautiful blue screen heaven of your life suddenly shredded, revealing the incomprehensible dark machinery behind it. It is not a violent act, but a visceral one, the sound of a truth too heavy for its delicate container. The quiet annihilation of the self. After the tear, the silence, this is the quiet annihilation of the self. It is not a dramatic explosion. It is the slow dissipation of a cloud. The beliefs you held, the identity you curated, the story you told yourself about who you are, it all just stops. There is no battle, no grand finale. The vessel simply ceases to be a distinct thing. The walls dissolve. The you that you knew is a rumor, a chalk outline that is slowly being washed away by the rain. Becoming a liquid horizon. What remains when the container is gone? A state of pure potential. You are not a thing, but a transition. You are becoming a liquid horizon. You are the line where the ocean meets the sky, but you are also the ocean and the sky. There is no longer a separation between the vessel and the world. You are a pouring. You are an endless fluid meeting. To look at you is to see a perpetual, peaceful merging. The gravity of a shared truth. Even liquid horizons are subject to forces. This is the gravity of a shared truth. It is the simple, massive weight of a fact that everyone knows but no one speaks. We are all afraid. We are all going to die. We all need love. This truth exerts a pull on every soul, bending the paths of lives, drawing us into orbits around each other. It is why we build vessels in the first place, to have something to hold on to against this relentless, unifying force. The fading of a grand illusion. The great project is ending. The great grand illusion that we are separate, solid, permanent is fading like a signal from a distant star. Its strength is diminishing. The idea of the individual self, a fortress against the world, is losing its coherence. We are beginning to remember what we are. Temporary arrangements, confluence points in a vast circulating system. The walls were always an illusion. The love you felt was never truly yours alone. It was a weather that passed through you. And in the end, only the echo remains. The song is over, the singer is gone, the vessel has shattered, and in the end, only the echo remained. It is the shape of the sound in the space where it once lived. It is the memory of a vibration in the air. It is the love that lingers after the lover has departed. It is the kindness you show that someone else still carries. We are not the note, but the resonance. We are not the container, but the emptiness that once gave it shape. Everything is a vessel, and every vessel breaks. But the echo is forever. Thank you.